अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे अच्युतं केशवं सत्यभामाधवं माधवं श्रीधरं राधितं इन्दिरामन्दिरं चेतसा सुन्दरं देवकी नन्दनं नन्दजं सन्ददे
ani bola om ani Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Sada Shiva Samarambam Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam ani Shrutis Pradiprananam Adayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakrito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshinam Gukara Sandagaro Vai Rukarastan Nivartaka Andagara Nirodhitvat Durivitya Vidiyate Om Sagana Bhavatu Sagano Bhunaktu Sahaviryangaravavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvijavahi Om Shanti 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 Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tama Gocharam Govindam Paramanandam ani 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 Satgurum Pranatosmyaham ani 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 ani. You are seeing verse 30. Yetayor mandata yatra viraktatvam viraktatvam mumukshayoho marau salilavattatra samader banamatrata ani 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 virakti or vairagya ani ani and the mumuksha, the seeking of liberation or freedom, ani wherever is not prominent, strong, ani or where it is torpid, ani ani there the shamadama and other traits are just appearances, like the mirage water. This was the 30th verse we have seen. Now let's go to 31. Moksha karana samagriyam bhaktireva gariyasi swaswarupānusandhānam bhakti-nityabhidhiyate. This verse is talking about bhakti. Bhakti we know is about devotion. Bhajan is the root. Generally, bhakti is spoken of in the context of Advaita, Sakya Bhakti, Dasya Bhakti, like that. There are many types of bhakti also spoken about. Here, Swaswarupānusandhānam bhaktihi. Contemplating on one's own Swarupa, real nature, is what is bhakti. And that bhakti is the greatest amongst all the ingredients of the qualifications for freedom, liberation. Moksha karana samagriyam. Things that contribute to your gaining freedom Amongst those Bhakti Reva Gariyasi, Bhakti is the greatest. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan very clearly in chapters 10, 11, 12 and all says only Bhaktaha, the one who is my Bhakta, Ananya Bhakti, whoever has, that person alone gets liberated. So now the question you will ask is, then should we not just do Bhakti Yoga? Why are you people talking about Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga? When Bhagavan himself is saying, Mahi chananya yogena bhakti ravya bhicharini. You having bhakti on me, ananya bhakti. Don't have bhakti on any other devata. Just me, I am your God. That's how people interpret lot of them, like ISKCON and others. Ananya Bhakti means only Krishna. Krishna is the real God. But then Bhagavan says, what is this form? Bhumirabho analo vayuhu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara itiyam me bhinna prakritirashtada. I have an eightfold form. One part of my nature is eightfold. It includes the space, the earth, the heat, the gases, wind, and the water liquids, and all things which are made up of these five elements. And then the minds which perceive all these, and the intellect, and the ego. All these are me. That means what? All that you can perceive, conceive of as the manifest world is me. There is nothing which is not me. That's what Bhagavan says. If Bhagavan is everything that is here, then how can you give him or her one shape, one form? Only the one who is blue in color, who has feather in the head, who plays flute, that alone is the God. You can, if you say, then there should be some other thing which is not God. Maybe the white colored people, red colored people, slightly lesser, darker complexion people, all the other people are not God then. But then Bhagavan himself says, the Panchabhutas are themselves him, which includes all the bodies also. So Bhagavan cannot be one form. He just takes the form. Then what is this Ananya Bhakti? Then why is Krishna saying Ananya Bhakti? The Ananya here means there is nothing other than me. Ananya. Everything is me. That Bhakti, that seeing that Bhagavan, Ishvara, Vishnu is all that is here. Everything is that Bhagavan only. There is nothing else. That kind of an Ishvara, if you relate with that attitude, that is called Ananya Bhakti. That's why he says, Mayi Ananya Yogena Buddhi. Ananya Yogena Buddhi. Don't get attached to any other kind of thought. It's all me only. Avyabhicharini, and that has to be fixed on it. Just cannot be, sometime you think everything is Bhagavan, later on you think that's not the case. That is what is Bhakti. And that Bhakti is recognizing Ishvara and recognizing that you are here to play a role You are a spoke in the wheel of this creation. So in this evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartayati hayaha in Gita again, there is this whole cycle of things which is going on. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu va parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyata. You do your duty, devatas will do their duty, all the animals and birds and the trees, everything will do their duty. Just being part of this large cycle of creation and sustenance and destruction that is going on, which is my swabhav. In that, the whole experience of life, you are called upon to play a role. That role is what I have given you. Just doing that as what? As Bhagavad Aradhana. Swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. By doing one's own duty, you are doing abhyarchanam of that Bhagavan. Tam abhyarcha. Swakarmana. One's own duty. Whatever you are called upon to do. As a father, I am doing this. Son, I am doing this. Wife, I am doing this. As a teacher, I am doing this. As a student, I have to do this. Because I am called upon to do that in alignment to the dharma. Not that I should do it against the dharma. Therefore, dharma is important. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvais purvataram kritam. However, it is to be done, people have told, great men have shown you the way. That kind of a thing, just do it that way. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Do it in a skillful way that you are liberated through that karma. And that is only by recognizing Ishvara. So there is no difference between karma yoga and bhakti yoga. Because when you do karma as a yoga, you have to recognize the Ishvara, the niyati. Ishvara niyati only is making you do things. You are able to do because of niyati. Your hands are moving because of a niyati. Your mouth is talking because of a niyati. If there is no niyati, cause effect which is being sustained by the dharma, then how can you talk? How can the sound travel? Sound is traveling to your ears because of niyati. You are able to receive it because of a niyati. You are able to understand because of niyati. That niyati rupa is nothing but Ishvara. Dharma is Ishvara. Dharma itself is Ishvara. Ishvara is manifest in this world in the form of dharma, because of which this whole creation is sustained. Dharma rupena. That recognition is what is bhakti. And parapremaspadam. Your swarupa, being what it is a prema aspadam. Everybody loves oneself. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. You love everything because you love yourself. That love for you comes because your own swarupa is the nectar, the sweet, the amrita. Therefore, there is a bhakti to that. There is a default bhakti. You don't have to teach bhakti to your own swarupa. You all the time are a bhakta to your own swarupa because you love it. There is a devotion to it. That is what he says here, swaswarupa anusandhanam bhaktihi, being conscious of it. So the bhakti is at many levels. The Ishvara being everything. Then your own swarupa. If all these things you are not able to recognize, then fine, give it a form. Krishna, Rama, Subramanya, Vigneshwara. Give the form which the rishis have provided. Actually signifies what is the Ishvara, the totality. The Samashti Brahma, Sagunam Brahma is what is shown by those altars of worship, which you call as Krishna or Rama or Vigneshwara. In that altar, you look upon the Samashti Ishvara, Sarvatma Ishvara, Sarvajna Ishvara, Sarvashaktiman Ishvara. That kind of Ishvara is seen in Parashakti, Parameshwar, in Mahavishnu. All these altars are altars of worship given by rishis. You do bhakti for that. And then over time, when you start recognizing the Samashti Ishvara, this bhakti becomes that bhakti. Rupanustambhanam will happen. That bhakti is essential because psychological growth of a human being is not possible without relating to the Ishvara who is Sarvantaryami. Only when you rest in that Ishvara, your emotional growth happens, your psychological emancipation happens, your childhood problems go away. A child is always seeking a protection. That inner child, which is called unconscious, is always seeking a certain refuge in an infallible truth which protects you. And that kind of an infallibility is what is Bhagavan, who is the Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvantaryami, Sarvajnaha, Sarvam Janati. That kind of an Ishvara, which is all that is here, you should do bhakti or devotion. Verse 32. Swatma tattvanusandhanam bhakti-rityapare jaguhu ukta sadhana sampannaha tattva jijñāsuratmanaha upasīdet gurum prajñam yasmāt bandha vimokshanam. There are people who say Swatma Tattvanusandhanam Bhaktihi. Earlier it was said Swaswarupanusandhanam Bhaktihi. Here it is said Swatma Tattvanusandhanam Bhaktihi. Being committed to the self-enquiry is bhakti, because the self-enquiry is enquiry on Ishvara as well. Is an enquiry on this world as well. The idea of self-enquiry is to reach Bhagavan. Finally, all the pursuit is to only seek liberation. And the liberation is going to lead you to falsification of individuality and recognition of oneness with all that is here, which is Ishvara. Therefore, it is bhakti, is what some people view. Ukta sadhana sampannaha, that kind of a person who is possessed of all this means. Tattva jijñāsuku atmanaha tattva jijñāsuku, the one who is seeking to know the swarupa of Atma. Upasīdet gurum, may that person reach a guru. Prajñam, the one who is qualified. Yasmāt bandha vimokshanam, through whom the bondage is released. Guru is essential. We have seen that again and again. Guru is one who already has the vision. And that vision has to be passed on to you. To pass the vision to you, the Guru uses Vedavakya, Shruti. So Shruti itself cannot give you jnana. Vedanta itself cannot give you jnana. Don't start reading books after books after books thinking that I will get it fast. There is no hurry. You can't get it fast. There is no shortcut. There is no Chakani Raja Margam. The only Chakani Raja Margam is Vedanta Shravanam. And that alone can give you moksha, because it is not the Shruti alone. It is the vision that the Guru has. It is important. And the Guru should know how to handle the words. Only when the words are handled properly, they reveal the Vastu to you. So the person who is handling the words should have the complete vision. If you read it from the book, you will not understand anything. It will just say Atmana eva. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhuhu Atmanam. He'll say, by the big eye, may you lift the small eye. You use your big A Atma to uplift the small A Atma. Only the Atma, big A Atma is friend of the small A Atma. Big A Atma is the enemy of the small A Atma. So the self, big A self and small A self. If you don't want Atma, they will use self. What do you understand? Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. Existence. Satyam means existence. Jnanam means knowledge. Anandam means bliss. Ananta means bliss. Existence, knowledge, bliss. Existence capital E, knowledge capital K, bliss capital B, because this is not the regular bliss. The Atma bliss. When you get Atma bliss, then you will be kind of. That is what it will talk about. Or people will do some Tarkavada. Atma Shariranuvartini. Some definitions. Samavaya Sambandha Vachinna Samyoga Nishta Karyata Nirupita Karanata and all that. All word jugglery. But the one who has the jnanam through simple language can reveal. Like Prasanna Gambhiryam, we say Shankara Bhashya. So simple, elucidate, but it can reveal. The one who has the vision can, through simple usage, transfer the vision. So you need to reach the right guru. Shrotriyo avrigino akamahato yo brahma vittamaha brahmanyuparataha shantaha nirindana ivanalaha aheduka daya sindhuho bandhuran bandhura namatam satam. Shrotriya. What kind of a guru? You said you need to reach the right guru. Do I know what is the right guru? Whom should I reach? How do I identify the right guru? Shrotriya, who should have himself listened. People think Shrotriya means who has understood Veda very well. Vedanta by himself. He knows this Prakriya, that Prakriya, he has read this book, that book. The Shruti Vakya is only saying this. No, it is saying something else. Oh, this is that Vichara. It's also important, but that we should not get caught in that quagmire of establishing or proving this is what Shruti has said. That is not the intent. Because already you are emotionally committed to a certain school. I am an Advaiti, I am a Dvaiti, I am a Visishta Advaiti. Then with that lens you look at Shastra and then try to somehow prove this is what it is saying. What is the use? Who are you? Because it's again an identity problem. You already have identified yourself as Advaiti, therefore you want to somehow prove. You don't even yourself understand which is Satyam. So let's not focus on proving and all that. There is no point. First, we need to get the vision. If I am Brahman and that is Sarvam, I should know it. I don't care whether it is Advaita, Advaita, Vishta, who said what is said, nothing. I need to first know the Satya Swarupa. Focus on that. Gain the jnanam. Then all this proving, disproving and all will come to later in the care. So, what is the vision? What is Shruti saying? And that I need to see what is not prove. Prove, how will you prove when you haven't even seen? Your proving is only then become a textual proof. In that place, in Samanvayadhikarana, but there is a, in Mimamsa, this is what is said. If you can find another line here in Brihadaranyaka, in this place, this is what Bhashyakara said, and Shruti also confirms this in some other Upanishads. Like that, if you go on proving, you are only proving the text, connectivity and what he said. That is okay. It has its own place. I have nothing against it. But that is not Swarupa Jnanam. No? Swarupa Jnanam, here you need to know who you are. The commitment should be to know that. And the text is a tool, and that tool, leave it to the Guru to handle. You don't have to prove anything. Just try to focus on your Swarupa. So, Shrotriyaha. So, we are talking about a person who has listened and gained the Jnanam through Vedanta Shravanam. Not somebody who has gained Jnanam other means. In fact, there is no other way a person can gain Jnanam. Maybe limited Shravanam the person could have done and gained Jnanam. That person also is not enough for you to gain Jnanam. Sometimes they say somebody was born already as half Jnani. In the age of 5, that person listened to something. The person gained Jnanam. So he became a well-followed person. But that person cannot teach properly. Why? Because that person didn't make the effort to listen through a proper structured, Shrotriya, who can teach it the right way and teach the methodology also. See, if you have gained Brahmajnanam, it is good. But then if you have to transfer the vision to somebody else, it is not enough you have gained Brahmajnanam, you should also know the methodology that was used, so that you can also now use the methodology to transfer the vision. Therefore, a properly structured teaching, somebody has listened and gained Jnana. That person only can give you Jnana. Therefore, Shrotriyaha is very important. Avrijinaha, the person has washed all the sins. Akamahataha, he has already gained victory over his desires. So Brahmavittamaha, the one who has gained Brahma and also Nishtha. Because this tamatvam, what is Brahmavittamaha? Brahmavit means I have known Brahman, that's all. How can there be gradation? I have known half Brahman. You have known 75% Brahman. That person has known 100% Brahman. Is that possible? When Brahman is all that is here, either you know it or you don't know it. That's all, right? So what is this tamatvam? We talk about nishtha. After gaining Brahma, are you all the time in the nishtha? Is that jnanam available to you forever? That is called Jivan Mukta. That Jivan Mukta is what is called Brahmavittamaha. Brahmani Uparataha. Who is all the time residing in the Brahman. Shantaha. Who is Shanti itself. Brahman is Shanti. Nirindanaha iva analaha. The fire which is without fuel. The fire that is doesn't take in. It is already taken all the fuel and it is like quenched. That kind of a Swarupa. And that person, if the person has to teach you, the person should be Daya Sindhu. Ahetuka Daya Sindhur Bandhuranat Namatam Satam. Bandhu, who is a friend, who is a Daya Sindhu. Because without any cause, the reason to teach you, the person who is fully free, because of the kindness, empathy, love, compassion, the person teaches. That kind of a guru is very difficult to get. But go and find out. If you have the right kind of attitude, fire in you, and Ishvara Anugraha, you will gain that guru, is what is said. We will see later. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.